Okay, today we're going to make our rainbow umbrella. Now, when it's raining outside, we need our umbrella. And here in Florida, we have some rainy days. So we're going to color in our umbrellas in rainbow order. So you'll need to print off the picture of the umbrella. And then we're going to color each section of this umbrella in rainbow order. So I'm going to start with red. And I'm going to pick any triangle on here. It doesn't really matter to start with. Once we start going, then it'll matter. So I'm going to color this first area in with red. I like to kind of go around my edges. That way I can go slow and take my time and make sure I don't go outside the lines. And once I have my whole edge colored in, then I can go a little bit quicker and a little bit faster in the middle so that I can fill in a little quicker. When we're coloring, we always want to try to have nice even pressure so that our areas are filled in nice and full. Okay, now that I have my red area colored in, I need to make sure that orange lives right next to red. So I can either put the orange on this side or the orange on this side, but it has to touch the red in one way or another. So I'm going to go ahead and go in this one. So if you put your orange on this one, you're just going to end up going the other direction. And that's fine too, as long as your orange lives right next to your red. Going to be yellow. Yellow has to live next to orange. So I have to put it in this space. I can't put it over here because is it living next to orange then? Nope, it's not. So I need to put it here in this space. So again, I'm going to outline. Okay, a little broken. I'm going to outline my area. Yellow's a little bit harder to see because it's so light. Now my next color is green, and green has to live next to yellow. So I have to put it here again because it can't be over here because that would mean it's next to red. It has to be next to yellow. Okay, next color is blue. Blue has to live next to green, so I'm going to fill that in. Now you may wonder why I'm asking you or telling you that the colors need to live next to one another. Well, what's really important is that the colors are in the correct order, and that correct order is because of the way that the colors are made. Remember, we just learned about we have our primary colors. Those are red, yellow, and blue. We also have our secondary colors, and those are made by mixing two of your primary colors together. And when you mix two of your primary colors together, you create a new color, which is called a secondary color. And those are important in their placement on the color wheel because they need to be between the two colors that they make. So let's use this right now as kind of just to see if we've done it correctly so far. So I said red, yellow, and blue are our primaries. Red and yellow make orange. Yellow and blue make green. And I have one last color I need to do. What color goes between red and blue? You're right, it's violet. Some people say purple, but here in the art room we call it violet because that's what its fancy name is. Now that we have all that done, we're gonna draw the bottom part of a person's coat and some boots. Now this is where you can be creative and kind of draw different things that you want in your picture. The other thing that you'll have to have is a ground line. It's important that we put a line somewhere in our picture that creates the ground, because if we don't, then we just have a person floating in air, and that's kind of weird. So after we draw the body and the boots, we will go ahead and draw a ground line. Now again, you can be creative on how you do this. I'm going to show you a really basic way to do this. This is kind of just a rectangle shape, maybe a little bit closer together at the top. So I'm just gonna come down, over, and back up. Kind of rectangle, but maybe a little tighter together at the top. And then I'm gonna draw my boots, but my person's standing with his feet together. So I'm gonna draw one boot, and then right next to it, I'm just gonna trace that line and draw the other boot. Then I need my ground line. You don't wanna put it right underneath their feet because we don't stand on the top of the earth, we stand on the earth. So we wanna have the ground line up a little bit so that there is some land or ground for the person to stand on. So then when I'm coloring, this will be my ground color and this will be my sky color. You don't need any arms or hands because those are going to be up there holding the umbrella. The only other thing you might want on this is maybe that little opening in your coat and then maybe a little pocket. Okay. And then you can go ahead and color it. On my example here, I've made it look like it was raining outside. I did also put a little puddle underneath my feet. All I did for that is I just made like an oval around my feet, maybe a couple ovals around my feet, so it looks like I just jumped into a puddle. Hope you enjoy.